Hey y'all, welcome back to the Laid-Back Homestead. I'm Crystal, and today's video is a little bit different. I want to kind of just show you some of the garden chores, weekly, daily for some, that I do to maintain my current garden. I'll take you around, I'll show you what I'm planting out, seeds I'm starting to maintain my succession sowing schedule, and just some daily chores that need to get done. So let's go get started. I like to come out and check on my worms about once a week, see how they're doing with any of their feedings. This was our previously worked in layer. You can see I've got a good bit of worm activity still in here, still happening. I'm not going to feed this layer because I've been actively not feeding this layer now for quite a while. This will probably be the next one that I'll harvest. Oh, another good one down there. See all the worms hanging out. So I'll have two good ones to harvest soon. This particular layer was a little damp, so I'm just adding a layer of newspaper to it to help absorb some of the liquid. So one of the things I really wanted to do this year is get better at succession sowing. My goal really is to grow as much food as possible on my property, and knowing that we're going to be moving to 3 acres, I'm a little intimidated. So I'm trying to do my best to stay on top of my suburban backyard to prove to myself that I can handle growing on 3 acres. So one thing I don't grow very often outside is lettuce. I've decided I'm going to start these in pieces of cotton ball, and I'm not even using a whole cotton ball, I'm just breaking it apart. So I just went and added a little bit of water to my bottom here, and this is what I'm going to attempt to grow. But I'm just going to take them and sprinkle at least 2, but sprinkle 2 per cell, and hopefully I'll get some lettuce growing. Daily reminder, if you grow in pots, go out and water them. Soon I will be doing a complete green stalk refresh. Also, use this time while you're watering your pots to kind of just pick through any of the weeds that you see popping up. This will make it much easier to maintain and prevent them from becoming overwhelming. Now I'm going to work on succession sowing some carrots. If you saw my carrot seed starting video, you know that I like to start them in wet paper towels and Ziploc bags. This time I'm doing things a little bit different. I'm actually going to see about spacing them out on here, proper spacing, and see if I can just plant this whole thing out like a seed tape, depending on what germinates. Now, I don't know if I should do the whole paper towel sheet. And that is the new Carota carrot. I probably should have did half. Well, we'll see how this works. I'm just gonna slide this in here. Now for the cosmic purples, I am just going to do half of the paper towel sheet and fold it over and see how that works. It's actually easier just to put them down and to just sprinkle them and then move them with your finger. Just fold that in half like that. That one may work better for what I'm intending to do. Just check on those in a couple days. You can see in here, these are some carrots that have sprouted in the paper towels that I came and planted out by hand. We do have a lot of, I believe that's purslane. I need to come get out of here. But I wanted to just show you that this method does work. So one of my weekly chores, because I have bacterial wilt in my yard, I have to constantly be sanitizing things. So I always have a tote with water in it, and I add fresh bleach to it and have to keep things clean. So now I'm going to go around and fill up my Ollas, and I have that in all of my 7-gallon pots. So traditionally, Ollas are made from terracotta, and you actually bury them in the soil. As the ground dries out, the water slowly seeps through the clay, giving your plant roots just what they need. But I found these smaller Ollas stakes on Amazon, and they've honestly been a lifesaver, especially for my potted plants or when I'm out of town and can't water every day. They've made plant care so much easier. If you grow in pots and don't have some form of drip irrigation or watering system in place, I highly suggest you check these out. Realistically, to maintain a garden of any size, I recommend you try to take at least a daily stroll throughout your garden. I know that's easier said than done. So one of the things I noticed when I came out today is that my herb bed is kind of a disaster. And the reality is, you may not be able to do, okay, butterfly, you may not be able to do everything in one day, but you can do something in one day. Let me show you this monstrosity. This is the current state of affairs of my herb bed. And while there are a little bit of herbs in here actually growing, there is a whole lot of weeds. So one of the things I'm going to do today is just simply de-weed this and then plant out some more herb seeds in here. So first thing I'm going to be planting out is some cilantro. Now, if you caught my best herbs for fall video, you know I've already started some of this in trays, but I'm trying to go through some seed packs, so I am just going to be sprinkling some of this around to see what we get, because I love cilantro and its window to grow here is very small. Now, upon doing my original research, it said cilantro needed darkness to germinate. However, based off of the experiments I'm currently running in my yard, I have cilantro that is seeds that are just sitting on top of soil that have germinated. So I'm going to run that experiment again. We have some I'm going to leave on top and some I lightly buried. The next thing I'm starting is some more chives. I have some currently in this back corner, but I only have a little bit of seeds left. So I'm just going to get the rest out. Next up, we have dill. Dill does require light to germinate, so just going to sprinkle them on top. Now, that was a lot, but those were very old seeds, and I'm just tapping them down to the soil. And the next thing I'm going to use up the rest of is my bunching onions. We have some right here. So again, making just a little bit of a trench right there and going in with the rest of them, trying to make the most of our fall herb situation. Now all I'm going to do is mist them in. Well, y'all, thanks for hanging out with me today. This video is kind of just a general behind the scenes, realistic look at the chores, some weekly, some daily, that it takes to really just maintain a garden of my size. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're into gardening and homesteading content, I encourage you to subscribe. And until next time, stay blessed.